Turning now to this week's Camino segment. Today we're talking with Tony Garcia and Leonard Jacome about the Westside Oratorio production. We're so glad to have you here with us. We know this is a very touching story told through song. Can you kind of talk about the narrative and the story it's telling?
Yeah, an oratorio is actually a lot of words. It's a lot of words, and so there's text and there's music, and it's the story of the West Side neighborhood here in Denver, where the Auraria campus was. It was actually one of the oldest neighborhoods here, and very much a Chicano barrio there. And it was, people start coming there during the 1920s to avoid the Mexican Revolution, and eventually they lived there into the late 1960s when they were all moved out in order to build the campus. So it's about 7 generations on that community.
Yeah, such an important story told through song. Sounds like an incredible experience, but take us there. What is it like? What can people expect if they go to see this?
I think it's a pretty emotional journey. I think it's an informative journey because, as you say, I teach on the campus. I teach at Metropolitan State University in the Chicano and Chicano Studies Department. But so much of that story just gets disappeared. I walk down those streets and I see family members there, and I see all those memories that are contained there. And I think it's such an important part of our identity here in Denver. And that's what people get. They get a history lesson. It's funny, and the music is incredible, and some of our musicians are extraordinary. Well, they all are extraordinary, but we have one that's really extraordinary here today.
Oh, well, we cannot wait to hear. But talk to me about, does the music kind of ebb and flow? Because I would imagine the story is very nuanced. And, is it fast and happy sometimes or sad? Like, what does it sound like?
It's a variety of different genres, different places that in terms of, there's stuff that takes place during World War II. There's kind of a doo-wop song that happens after this. This is all through Chicano lens, right? So there's a doo-wop song that happens afterwards. There's a very big, powerful moment when we talk about the Chicano movement and the civil rights movement here in Denver and stuff. There's a song called Christmas Memory Song, which is based on a memory I had of my father, who used to work at Union Station during the Christmas time. And the irony is that he would work so much during the Christmas time, we wouldn't see him at all, but he had to work because that was the time he needed the money. And so you have that whole idea of him sacrificing, and the big sacrifices that we don't get to see him, but we were able to sustain ourselves. So there's all that kind of poignancy, that poignancy that exists in there. I think it's very powerful. It's an emotional experience for people, but it's funny, definitely funny.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a song called La Rueda de la Vida, which is about how life goes. But we also call it the kissing song. So I'll leave it at that, and you can imagine what happens.
Tease.
It's not like a bunch of people making out, but it is a little bit about about just understanding that life goes on and we're all caught in that wheel, and we have to enjoy it as we're experiencing it.
Sounds beautiful, raw, personal, all the things you want in music. At least I do. I want to feel something.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have Daniel Valdez, who is a composer. Danny toured with Linda Ronstadt. He won a Grammy with her, and he was in the film Zoot Suit, and so he's an extraordinary musician who composed it. I was fortunate to be able to write music with him. I didn't write the music, I wrote the lyrics on some of the songs and such, but to be able to work with somebody of that caliber was actually really an honor, and the music is held. Actually, we're dealing with the 20th anniversary of the production. We did it 20 years ago on campus in a place at the King Center, where I actually went to elementary school.
Well, congratulations on 20 years. I mean,
I'm
that's
graduating
huge.
from elementary school. Is that what?
I know. Okay, so we're going to get to Leonard in just a second, but before we hear a part of the music and immerse ourselves in it, tell us how people can get tickets and when and where. Can you see the production? Where is it all happening?
Okay, www.suteatro.org. You can just go on our website there, or you can just call us, look up the phone number there. If you pull that up, you'll get the phone number, and you can go from there. We run December 4th through the 22nd, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday matinees. We have a lot of people coming in on matinees for the Christmas stuff. It's a very good Christmas show. There's a lot of Christmas emotion involved in the play, too. So
good for kids?
It's very good for kids.
Okay.
It's definitely a family, and our rates are really geared towards family being able to come, because our people come in groups and they come with families, very important to our community and such. So they will be there. It's tailored so that can happen.
That sounds perfect, especially around the holidays. I'm always looking for things like this to bring our kids. And when you get to add like a little culture into it as well, I mean, that's all the reason to go.
A lot of passion.
I love it. So let's hear some of that passion from harpist extraordinaire, Leonard Jacome.
Leonard Jacome. Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to be here. Yeah, I would like to invite you to this beautiful, beautiful performance. it's a pleasure for me to be, of course.
We got to get you the music real quick. They're
of
going to cut
course.
us off.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we've got to get some of this, but thank you so much for sharing.
Perdón.
Please.